Okay, I'll take a very short break. I will have this up in parts, but that is okay. The first part was probably about 30 minutes, and I think I'll have a total of 3 parts. We are almost halfway through, so maybe if I only have one or two left by the end of the next 30 minutes, I will put that in for it. Unknown. I am the point in my life where I break free, or continue to live poorly. The bridges I burn, they will happen continuously, graciously given 2 talents, the talent to fuck up, and the talent to write about it. I'm on the edge of success, yet I am on the verge of failing enormously. A crossroads to say, for the past 4 months, I have been there, like an itch. Woof woof, sit and stay. How much longer can I live in this unorthodox way? I live inadequately. How do you live with undiagnosed Asperger's? I'll tell you how I live life on the fray. How to save a life? Okay. I torture myself daily. I hate to live by myself, frankly. The days I live, I feel like a stray. How am I going to be happy? Gay? I feel like mystery meat, served to everyone, yet only few will play. The dangerous game, I sit here and say. Stray from the path, hear my words. Those words will touch your heart in a certain way. I live inadequately, a bitch to consider. My final days, when no one accepts me, how can I not do the same? How can I stay on this earth, confidently say, I will live to fight another day? Life is worth cherishing. Life hates all that pass through. Coming out of the womb, it gives you an early tomb. You have to fight your way through the darkness. Life goes like a Cadillac, zoom zoom, looking at a game called Doom. Dark souls rise above. The monsters you fight are the ones that are fighting from above. They want to sweep you under. They want you to sit there and fumble. I just hear a lot of grumbles. They sit and laugh as you walk and stumble. You and I feel inadequate. Yet I write and I come out of it. Artistically artistic. The test comes true. You need to search for some blue clues. Blue's clues. Let your imagination free, then maybe you will write as free, willfully artistic as can be. How do I live one more day? I drown out the people who patronize me, tear me down, telling me to be salty, lays down. I rise above what they have to say. Father, you see what you see. Has never felt like you were a father to me. How can I ever amount to anything? My father wants nothing to do with me. A family is supposed to be a unit, a collective of people who bring each other up. It seemed like you always thought of me as just a red solo cup, used and then tossed to the side, as I try to win your love or attention. Blissful innocence, wide-eyed. As I got older, I stopped, sat still, and silently cried, dreaming of the days to get my angel wings and just fly. I wish you saw me in my mama's eyes. I see that you want to try. Love has no bounds. If God does exist, he wants that love to be blown sky high. Just as you try to make amends, I want to move away, make my own trends. You have no idea why I strive. I have lived in fear since you feel dead inside. I finally feel alive. Love is cruel. We are both part of depression's tools. I found my way. I fear that you will live blinded until your final day. So as I sit here and sway to the words I say, I pray that you find your own mind's heaven someday. One day you will stop smoking and drinking. I feel that day will be the day that life takes your final breath away. The chance might be lost with me. However, you have another son you can take care of. If you feel like you will fail, do it for me. Time is no one's luxury. I just hope you stand. Lose all the fights you wind up losing the biggest fight to me. I don't want a fist fight. That's not what I mean. The mistakes you keep inside, they are mostly because of me. As we both take fault, we need to pole vault and be civil. Why start a fight? That would be so trivial. Depression takes hold. There our characters will mold. The more complete we get, being in the demon's grips, the harder it is to overcome. I am still the same son, the one that would amount to nothing. I have become strong, shortcomings and all. I just don't want you to fall. Stand tall, or rock bottom will make another call. I just want you to be safe, hitting your closed mind. Depression is blocking your subconscious wall. Love is cruel. We were both part of depression's tools. I found my way. I fear that you will live blinded until your final day. So as I sit here and sway to the words I say, I pray that you find your own mind's heaven someday. One day you will stop smoking and drinking. I fear that day will be the day that life takes your final breath away. The chance may be lost with me. However, you have another son you can take care of. If you feel like you will fail, do it for me. Time is no one's luxury. I just hope you stand. Lose all the fights you wind up losing, the biggest fight to me. I don't want a fist fight. That's not what I mean. The mistakes you keep inside, they are mostly because of me. As we both take fault, we need to pole vault and be civil. Why start a fight? That would be so trivial. Mindset. How you act depends on your age. Fill your mind up with rage. The mind creates its own cage. You want to say that I don't know the feeling? Feel the age dissolve away. Your mind and body separate. Reminisce of the good old days. School lunches, with kids not having their phone in their face. Walk back and forth, continue to pace. Nostalgia is laced. It will consume your very being. As you realize in this world you are leaving, you will say that you regret living the past. The life you lived was long past. Companies see the fact, hopefully make movies that reenact what seemed to be our past life. Another stab at our 80-year-old soul. Nostalgia creates a drug for this gen. I fight to look for the future while acknowledging my past. I want my life to feel more than lent. Tell nostalgia to go get bent. In life, I was not sent to live in the past. I was sent to build my future. You think disses and jokes are savage? Well, nothing is more like that than to rise above the good feeling. Nostalgia is what you consider your spiritual upbringing. Cry about the good old days. On the verge of retiring? No. Then why do you keep resenting that same feeling? You don't believe that nostalgia is a drug? Then explain to me why all these memes show 5 years ago when you played Black Ops 2, Minecraft 2, does Halo Guardian still hold true? Isn't even enough when you're the only one doing it. You see the good feeling split. Down a darker alley, your brain telling nostalgia to get. When you do it with someone else, though, it's nothing but good. Your chemicals are reacting with someone else. It almost felt like you were there. Those memories you can share. When they leave, all you see is that moment in history, while your brain sits there and pleads. Stay with me. We can make more memories. Don't get lost again. This may be the last time I can get out of this cycle. Maybe to end the days and days of self-torment, I will grab this gun and pull the trigger. Vision. I know what I've been told. The stories they barely unfold. The only thing I have is others' memories to recode. At such a young age, my sibling would play, hear the sounds of her laughter, playing with Play-Doh clay. My emotions displayed, they could be misinterpreted. The memories fade, day after day. The pictures and drawings still stand tall. My feelings for her only stand still or fall. I've hit another emotional wall. She never even got to see me crawl. We are intertwined by nature. I couldn't even hear you say my nomenclature. I guess fate yours had called. The step monster I have protection. You can't climb. It is 10 feet tall. As time fades, so does my grasp on reality. I don't even know if you got to hold and kiss me. My family puts the burden on lost me. The accusations are funded egregiously. Your own mirror you can't stand to look in and see. You claim I need grout. Your foundation hasn't even started. I try to be happy, yet you want to destroy aggressively. Maybe it is time for the mirror to not be shattered. To admit that these are not my faults, just someone else's or yours outwardly. Why hate me? The choice you made was to have me. The risk of the choice is known. You can't see the beauty, just a clone of your eternal misery. Untitled. What is the lowest point? How many times can I be saved? On the brink of insanity? Enslaved? Life is complex. All I feel is concaved. How do I make an imprint? Do I surf now, or should I create my own waves? Am I destined for greatness? Do I fall victim to the homeless embrace? To fall the victim's craze? Do I make it through? Go to Pompeii too? All I know is I've seen one end of the spectrum. Time to see the other one through. Do I want to be comfortable? It seems unlikely. find comfort in life and do nothing spectacular. Shoe, sh- shoe sheltered life. Lest I live a normal time, I'll go crazy and grab a spectacular knife. I want to put all my chips on black, make one detrimental spin. I will only know what to see. I don't want my chance to be once upon a time, when I had all the potential, but I didn't do it on some sort of bullshit whim. I want to be great, even if the chance is only slim. To be on the embarking embrace, time will only stand in its own place. Everything will freeze in a moment's time. I no longer want to hit the normal person's grind. I don't see gray hairs yet. I will see them soon, bet. Just like most aircrafts, you have to rebuild a rusted up jet. I want the skill to be my passion. Better get my chance before what I have goes out of fashion. We are so much alike, are we? The simple life is not made for me. I struggle with complacency. I don't know where to go to fulfill my destiny. I just know I suffer continuously. Laying in my lies. I know I want to blame you. I know what lens I look through. The pain I feel is the only truth. All I want to do is swing a bat and kill you. I am struck in the past. I am stuck in the past. In my mind, graduation hasn't happened yet. What do I do to gain my own respect? I have to let someone else trespass? My problems are my own. I am grown, yet I still don't know. Free and easy down the road I go. I'm paddling against the current. Row, row, I always say. I just go with the flow. The tree outside looks very nice. Looking for help, I ask only thrice. Ending this cruel existence called life. I just listen to the pain. With helping hands, I just create strife. Do I ever accept the help? Or am I just asking for another belt? Maybe it's just my own survivor's guilt. As each day passes, my worldview needs square-rimmed glasses. My world gets so small, my perspective and I fall on our asses. Am I the definition of what trash is? My life just continues. I am the dummy that crash tests. Describe it best I can't do. The song and I, we are totally through. My problems are my own. I am grown, yet I still don't know. Free and easy down the road I go. I'm paddling against the current. Row, row, I always say. I just go with the flow. Belief. We won't ever have this meeting, you and I. We will never see this problem eye to eye. Even with the drugs, I still feel like I want to die. Here's the story. Maybe you'll hear it as you're passing by. Shut up and listen. You are in court. Nothing you do will save you. Build yourself a safety fort. I said, shut up, you nuisance. Listen and hear. As I scream, this conversation I shall steer. Stay clear of answering his questions and just look and nod. That way he won't have a reason. Just act dumb, and the insults won't be thrown. They'll be lobbed. What did you do on this fortnight? Maybe around 3. I don't know, Dad. Maybe I was spreading STDs. You don't know? How blatant can you be? You obviously have something up your sleeve. You're pitiful and stupid, worth nothing to me. You might as well just stop trying and just leave. I hope you know this between your mother and me. I will end it, you will see. I won't even take the blame. I save that for thee. Sometimes it feels like the world's on my shoulders. Everyone's stomping on me. 'Cause sometimes it feels like the world's almost over. Why can't you already just kill me? I see that you are improving slightly. Keep working hard and you'll make me proud. Or should you have just said that, you better believe. Instead he just brushes me off. Told me to try harder and just left it at that. No matter what kind of attention I tried to get, it was never better than that. I don't want pity. I just want people to understand how I feel sometimes. No one wants to listen. Surely no one can help. You want to be successful? Then heed my words. Stupid, worthless, killjoy, Debbie Downer, fucking frowner, dickweed, fucking mush, you stupid steed. Why do you constantly make an ass out of me? You are the devil's child, my son. My only wish is that God sets you free from me. Let you be someone else's burden. They will surely see. Of course they will set me up for failure. Your words will surely succeed. I just wanted someone to love me, you see. I needed to stand up for myself, and yet all you did was bury every part of me that's supposed to grow. I'm afraid I will never live up to expectations. You buried the biggest part that was supposed to be. Now look at the masterpiece that will never, ever be completely me. Thanks. Sincerely, me. Unknown. As I try to breathe, I take a deep breath, yet I only have shallow ones left. I don't recognize my own humble abode. I no longer know what is home. I sit there and just hear a humming, almost like a drone. I lay in fear. I don't know where my life has gone left to steer. All I know left is now and here. All I know left is now and here. I'm lost in the moment, wanting to escape. All I can do is leave my open mouth wide open, agape. Frantic. How do I take the first step? The first one to have leapt. That's where I get body checked. I need to know the answers. My mind is still filled with these cancers. How do I meet my own criteria, my own standards? How do I create my own manners? How do I become one with the masters? I shouldn't want that. I barely know the basics. How do I get from a greeting to smacking lips? I have a better chance if I just had a social issue to begin with. I'd rather have whispers and lisps, crisper, not cis, swagger with a bit of soul, not being shot down with crits. How do I ask the age-old question? I have such a confession. I don't want my analysis to be an obsession. I just want a session with such an age-old question. What keeps me drowning? Keeps me afloat? Do I abandon ship? Do I jump out the boat? What do I need for a perfect quote? What does it matter? I'll just choke. Drawback. I wonder what words I say. I wonder who I am day after day. I went as far as getting a tray. Maybe there I should have stayed. The more I want to tell you, that amount I convince you. I wonder if it's me I'm telling, not the medical queen. You are steady and surgical. I am too. You have strokes and steady hands. I have strokes with rhyming that few understand. All I am is a skid mark. I fill you up with emotions and then disappear. You take a chance, yet all I do is leave a smear. With no indication of where I am going, I make your life and mine unclear. I no longer know when I'm being sincere. I want to be near, yet I want to know what it's like to be free, take my own steer. Life is unfair. Let's play in a different square. Take it by the horns. I'll never get a bat to hone. Do I have an extra chromosome? I love you either way. Just picturing you old and gray. How do I attempt to live my life this way? Life is unfair. Yeah, life is unfair. One day I fear that you will no longer play these games. You will go quietly and be defamed. Yet you won't know the golden years. Since you have a child. Since you will have a child, all you do is jeer. Yet its future I will fear. I hope I am wrong. We both have the sixth sense in guessing. Two will be wrong. Who will look like they're jesting? Life is unfair. Let's play in a different square. Take it by the horns. You'll never look down on me. I'll try to have a loving and caring family. I love you either way. Just picturing you old and gray. How do I attempt to live my life this way? Life is unfair. Yeah, life is unfair. There are just some things I can't admit. I just don't know where to admit. I need my life to get through the lenses. I have yet to see through my indecisions on the curb. I'm ready to follow my journey and see this through. If nothing else, I'll write a book and leave this inside. Somehow, if you confide my feelings or I'll go crazy. Life is unfair, yet I am going to try to barrel through. Rewind. To feel what I feel now is something dreamy. I used to feel only gloom and doom, only such as dreary. My body no longer feels weary. I feel 20 again, yet I can still write with my imaginary pen. I have never known what life could entail. If I ever did get one over, I never knew with a little bit of help I could possibly prevail. Maybe I can shed pounds. Maybe I can be away from Clifford, smaller in scale. No one knows the path that I chose. Maybe I will see a brighter side. My lens is not ready to be replaced. I am not ready to die. Solving mysteries with nothing but curiosity to quench. I will know better by which to smell depression's stench. One aspect at a time to improve. Maybe this time I will be able to finish my next move. I can finally write a new chapter. Nothing as easily as happily ever after. I won't walk with a slouch. I will no longer be what we portrayed Pa to be. We will not be the grouch. I will not be ridden to a couch. Mr. Grinch had the pole and cut it down to 2 feet tall. Now I will work my own kind of magic, squeezing through the chimney hole. Maybe I finally beat the hard level and got a Candy Crush scroll. I have unlimited boost. I have 99 lives. I will no longer sit down and silently cry. A good line I just heard. The words that come out weren't mine. I was lost. It took me just a little bit of time. Life still isn't easy. That much I know for sure. I feel less queasy. I'll fast track to success. Depression will only tease me. No one knows the path that I chose. Maybe I will see a brighter side. My lens is not ready to be replaced. I am not ready to die. Solving mysteries with nothing but curiosity to quench. I will know better by which to smell depression's stench. One aspect at a time to improve. Maybe this time I will be able to finish my next move. A second chance to start over. Is this what it's like to send someone over? Changing teams like a flip of a switch. Maybe I can have the curiosity of Leland Stitch. Everyone in life wants to be young, yet I feel like I got my spring sprung. Leap year to jump forward no more. I feel 5 years younger, an old man no more. I wish I was young again. Not everything is granted. Depression is anti, and I am less psychotic. Who knew playing with kinetic sand at my age would be unironic? Age doesn't define me. I still want to live my best. The whole world is again in front of me. Let's take this next step. No one knows the path that I chose. Maybe I will see a brighter side. My lens is not ready to be replaced. I am not ready to die. Solving mysteries with nothing but curiosity to quench. I will know better by which to smell depression's stench. One aspect at a time to improve. Maybe this time I will be able to finish my next move. About 23 minutes in now, so I'll probably have a part 3. Still have about 30 pages to go. Okay. Block. Alone in the dark. I was falling apart. Nothing to save me except this dying art. Where does this music even start? When I was young, I knew I wanted to be just like Mom. Vetting the animals, wanting them to go back to instinct. My rhymes and myself aren't in sync. Tell me why, NSYNC. Tell me why I hear all this whispering. What's blocking my path? I can't just take another hot bath. I wrote about it, but will anyone ever hear my wrath? Sometimes I wish I was punk. Almost lose it all with staff. I don't know what you did. Brought me home. A chapter we go back and see. Hopefully it's the last they see of me. Trying to get this dead heart to beat. I have a couple scars that run so deep. Why can't anyone listen? I got these stories. I swear I didn't cheat. Another song down the drain. When am I gonna stop listening to my brain? How else am I going to be INSANE? Insane. My membrane to train. 1 minute it's with me, next it's in Spain. Now that I'm on pills, it's even harder to sustain. There isn't much left of my cranium. My neurons, like me, have no self-respect. Just to disconnect, yet I sit here and fret. What is the next step? I hope I don't forget. The words I still hear, they grip me like a hand, choking me to submission, a needle prodding me, just like a tiny incision. One day it's destroy all humans. The next is love is unconditional. And I guess that pain is unequivocal. I just wish my brain could be somewhere more asymmetrical. Who said that? Where did they go? Did you hear that as well? Another voice again, which was everyone else, parallel. As I speak my final words of grace, should I spread more hate? All we do is fall in this hole. just like the voice said, asymmetrical. Afraid. What am I afraid of? Getting older every day? Feeling this pit in my stomach day after day? Or is it something more sinister, much to my dismay? Ignorance is bliss, now my notion to sway. Is it more sinister to not understand me, your own son, on any day? I need help. Additionally, all you do is make it worse. Take a minute to understand. I want to be happy. I want to feel the darkness overwhelming. Yet I want to feel the darkness overwhelming, at least in its touch. The voices at least hear my pleas. You just turn me down upright, instantaneously. Yet all I can do is be in silence and write. You continue to write with no one to hear. Another hit my battleship. Nope, just an emotional spear. To stay young is my wish. Further, it is impossible to come true. How do I grow old gracefully? So many others do. To the last part I will write, the notion again to sway. I hear laughter in the distance. Further, I hear a distortion. The green you see is the gray I saw. Ninjas might not have a soul. Where is my real one? As everyone has fun, I feel like death's clock ticking, afraid to do too much at the cost of my life. Further, I do know that not living is death anyways. How do I live, not without fear, but the ability to overcome, conquer, see it through to the end? Honestly, how much further can I bend? Sabotage. Sometimes it is the demons that are lurking that hurt the most, not the ones that face you head on. You look me in the eyes. Be what you want to be. You really believe that? Or is it something else I should ignore? Another check next to unknown. Nobody gets me. I'm all alone. I should rely on you. Next to nothing for sure. I want to be accepted. Moreover, I'm just part of the nexus. Where is my core? Another round of disgrace. Another chance to mourn. My freedom is at stake. What I like is a waste. I want to make my own rules. Post haste. I wish the front lines of battle were the only ones I fought. Additionally, you now have shown I need to keep my head on a swivel. Your chance to hear a glorious thing has gone to waste. I think and I thunk. You think I'm just a normally flunk. No good at sports, especially a dunk. No good at school, guess I'm just a punk. I guess I'm not meant to be happy. The demons behind me make sure. You both epitomize polar opposites. Formerly, the more I hate, I spew. My father doesn't hear brew. The more love I force upon you, yet all the love granted for you, there only lays waste, underneath a fake green paste. I love you. Formerly you stabbed me in the back, at least him and I tried in the front. You were seething, while we both grunt. You told me to ask for help, to involve you next time. When I asked you for help at 17, you told me I didn't need help. That knife was a pussy move. Yet at 25, I show worsening symptoms. You show resentment. My feelings show no respite, despite for love. You just bury your head, resting a bit. Ignore while I sit. Mourn another passing day. I am already dead. Emotions I move. Nothing else will ever soothe. You just want me to be happy, just being here. I want to leave, left seething like before. My head is just so damn sore. Okay, I think I'll do the rest of the book in a moment as it becomes part 3. I think I only have about 6 or 7 left, so the next one will be a bit shorter as part 3 happens. Okay.